Live from the Counterpunch Media Mobile Studios in Grand Blanc, Michigan, it's time for real lives, real families, real fitness. It's time for Derek Noel Fitness.
Hello and welcome to episode 7 of Derek Noel Fitness Live, coming at you live. Today we got a good topic. Hopefully everyone enjoyed their Easter last Sunday. We took a week break. Family time's really important. We wanted to make sure that we weren't interrupting that family time. We had some good times ourselves. But 2 weeks have passed. So if you would like, please drop some questions below. I'll make sure I get to them at the end, towards the end of the show, or if something's super relevant, I will answer it as it comes up. But first, I wanted to take a second to thank everyone making this happen. You can listen on ipmnation.com/counterpunch if you're not worried about the whole video part of it. You can find that. Thank you to Sir Matt Connerton for providing me the opportunity for that. You can also normally find me on Facebook at facebook.com/TheDerekNoel or on YouTube in the link that will be posted after the fact. Thank you for tuning in.
Live from the Counterpunch Media Mobile Studios in Grand Blanc, Michigan, it's time for real lives, real families, real fitness. It's time for Derek Noel Fitness.
Hello and welcome to Derek Noel Fitness Live. This is episode 7 coming at you. Today we got an awesome topic about coaching itself, which you'll be able to find out. But first, I wanted to give a couple quick thanks. First off, thanks to everyone for understanding and not giving me a ton of crap last week for not having a show on Easter. Family time is really important to me. I wanted to make sure that we spent that time, and I want to make sure that you get to spend your time with your families instead of staring at your phone or your computer for 30 minutes listening to me talk. There's always every other Sunday, so no worries about that. We got an awesome topic today. We're talking about how to find the right coach. But before I get into that, I just wanted to throw a couple quick thanks out as well. First to Mr. Matt Connerton from IPM Nation for giving me the opportunity to do this. I'm going to be having a blast with it. We have made a couple changes in the studio too, so anything that seems a little off, don't worry about it. Also, big thank you to Grand Blanc Fit Body Boot Camp, which is where I also work, to providing me the opportunity to help with everyone and provide myself with experience, which I'll be talking about later, and also being able to make a living doing everything that I love. Let's give this a quick share. If you think that someone could use this video today for how to find a good coach for them, or a coach that's the right fit, however you want to say it, make sure you give this video a share. Try and get your friends to watch it. Maybe send it a private message, whatever you need to do. If you're going to be watching on YouTube, if you could give me a thumbs up and a subscribe, that would be greatly appreciated. Even if you don't watch on YouTube, that subscription will actually be really, really helpful. If you have any questions you would like me to answer, it doesn't necessarily have to be related to the topic, but you can post them in the thread below. And if it's something that's super pertinent to the topic that I'm talking about, so that each piece, because there are actually 7 different things you should be looking for, or at least taking into mild consideration when you're finding a coach, I will answer it then. So let's get ourselves to this topic. How to find the right coach. And before we even get into that, I want to cover the subject of, should you get a coach? Short answer is yes. Long answer is still yes. Basically, if you were thinking about doing something fitness-wise, you should try and invest in a coach whenever possible. And I'm not saying it has to be someone that you even pay. It can be an online coach that provides free programming on the internet, but again, it's free, so you're only getting a certain amount with that. The best bang for your buck is going to try to find someone in your area, and we're going to get into that. 7 things you should be looking for. Number 1 is going to be your goal. What is your goal for this? Are you trying to gain weight? Are you trying to put on muscle? Are you trying to become a better Olympic weightlifter? Are you trying to specialize and do bodybuilding shows? Or are you just trying to lose fat? Things like that make a really big difference when you go to find a coach. It's that whole idea of specialization versus generalization. Master of all trades, or jack of all trades, master of none, kind of plays a big deal. If you hire a coach that generalizes instead of specializes, so if you're trying to run a marathon and you hire a coach that's geared towards Olympic weightlifting, he may, depending on his previous experience, be able to get you there, but the better bang for your buck is to find someone to train you for running a marathon, or if you're an Olympic weightlifter, trying to find someone who specializes in Olympic weightlifting. Especially, the more specific it is, the more specific goal you have, the more of a specialist you want to be able to find. It's really, really important. If someone could throw a comment down in the thread real quick, I'm not sure if my feed on my phone is actually working, and going to be kind of important if I can get that. So, number 1 is the goal. What is your goal going to be? Number 2 is going to be your comfortability or your rapport, whatever you want to call it. How well do you get along with that coach? Professional athletes can get away with hating their coaches and things like that because they're literally getting paid millions of dollars to perform. I'm really willing to bet you're not going to be getting paid millions of dollars to be able to deal with a coach. So you need to find someone that you get along with. That means not just someone that you can tolerate. It's someone, a good gauge for it is going to be, can you have a conversation about something other than physical fitness with this person? If you can't, maybe you should find someone you can. And I know that kind of blurs the whole personal versus professional line, especially that is preached at us as personal trainers or fitness coaches when we're getting our certifications. But it is really important. If you can't hold a conversation about something personal that has nothing to do with fitness, I can only help you a little bit. I need to be able to help you out a lot. And in order to do that, we might need to have some personal conversations, or who knows, maybe you just need to talk about something that's a little bit more uplifting. You have a bunch of crap going on, so I'll talk to you about the new Marvel movie or whatnot. By the way, no spoilers today, so you don't have to worry about that. So make sure you're comfortable with the person. Number 3, track record. Does this person have a proven track record of getting the people that they're working with results? Results is highly arbitrary. I'm not thinking my feed is working, so I might have to get questions fed to me a little bit later. So I'm just going to put this down for now. Does your coach or does this prospective coach have a track record? Do they have testimonials? Or if they're an online coach, do they post testimonials? Do they have people who tag them in their check-ins? Do they have a testimonial page on their website? All of these things are going to be pretty important for gauging how it goes. Being able to do that is going to be really, really important. Those goals, because if they don't have anyone who has reached their goal, chances are they're probably not going to be able to help you reach yours, unless they are very new to the coaching space. But even then, as someone who's talking to them, other things are going to come into play if they're brand new to the coaching game. And if they're not upfront with you about that, if they try and lie about having tons of or about helping clients get tons of progress or reaching all of their goals or anything like that, that's a red flag. Throw that one up, have a deeper conversation, see where they are actually at. So we've already gone through 3. We're going to kind of fly through this today. Fly, fly, fly. Hey, here we go. All right, now I can see everything. Just want to take a second to say hello to Heidi and Chris and Sam. Thank you for tuning in today. I really appreciate it. I'm glad everyone is giving this a shot tonight to allow me to possibly help you find a new coach or even help improve the rapport you have with your current coach. Those relationships can only get better, but they can also get worse. And over time, if you're not talking to them, it can definitely not be very helpful. And that's the entire thing. The coach is there to help you out. So if your coach isn't helping you got to figure out what's going on. So we have, what is your goal? How comfortable are you? And do they have a track record? This next one is going to be one that you're really going to have to sit down and talk to them about or talk to their other clients about. And yes, it's okay to get in touch with other past or current clients that they have to get a scope or to get a feel for how this coach operates. If you don't, then you have no idea what you're getting into, and you really should have an idea what you're getting into. It's very, very, very important. And that is involvement. How involved is this coach in other people's lives? There's always a saying that there's a difference between a trainer and a coach. A trainer holds a stopwatch and counts reps. A coach tries to help you become the best person you can become, whether it's in the gym or outside. So are they just a trainer? And if that's really all you want, then cool. But do they care? Are they going to try and do everything they can to help you out? Are they going to try and help you see what you're actually capable of? Or are they just going to try and push that out? And that means, are they sitting there, sitting on their cell phone going, oh yeah, that looks great. Actually, great example. If you've seen the movie Happy Gilmore, when Chubbs is first introduced, he's sitting there at the driving range with his magazine. The girl is sitting there trying to hit the golf ball, and he's not paying any attention, just going, oh yeah, that looks great, keep it up. If that's the kind of coach that it seems like they have, where they're just sitting on their phone, scrolling through Facebook the entire time, then you might want to take a nice hard pass. If they are sending messages throughout the day, so if they know you had a tough day or you have a tough time coming up, are they sending you messages to check on you? Are they making sure that you're recovering? Are they making sure that you're eating? Because a lot of people kind of just train and then they go do their own thing. Are they making sure you're doing everything that you possibly can to be successful? That's really important. Make sure they are involved. I try really hard, and keep in mind, I'm not trying to advertise myself or anything on here. I'm just trying to provide information. But personally, it deprived these people of 1 hour of sleep a day. So instead of going from, we'll say, 7 hours of sleep, they dropped them to 6 hours of sleep. After 1 week, every single one of those people was pre-diabetic, just from lack of sleep. That's how important sleep is. That's how big of a factor sleep has on your health. So if you ever hear someone say, hey, you might want to get a little bit more sleep, that's why. And that's also what I'm talking about with, are they involved? Am I talking to you about how are you sleeping? How are you eating? How many calories are you getting in? Things like that. Those are really, really, really important things that a lot of people take for granted. You want to be able to have that person have that conversation with you. I can actually think of a couple clients off the top of my head. So we have 4 so far. We have goals, comfortability with the person. Can you have a conversation with them that has nothing to do with fitness? Do you have similar likes or dislikes? How's their track record? How involved are they in the person's life? And again, if you're not looking if you're not looking for someone to actually help you through that, if you're literally just looking for someone to basically pace you and make sure you're hitting certain numbers at the gym, okay, then you can just go for a trainer. Don't even worry about a coach. Just hire whoever you want, basically. The 5th thing, though, is kind of related to the last one we just did, is how do they handle injury? I don't really need to spend this much time on it, because if they're willing to train you through you being hurt, specifically, like if you end up, I'm gonna go drastic, but if you end up like tearing an MCL during your workout and they try and make you finish the workout, that's not a good thing. Number 1, they're not involved. Number 2, they're focused on the end goal which is super selfish, because if you do something like that, then obviously they don't care about what your body is actually going through, or they don't really care about the goal as long as they're getting their money. Caring about those injuries are really, really important. I have a general rule of thumb that if we have like a 1 out of 10 pain scale where 10 is the absolute worst and 1 is no pain at all, or just like very dull, kind of tweaked, if anyone that I work with is at more than a 3 out of 10 on the pain scale, I try and just change whatever we're doing that day to make sure that that isn't going to get aggravated. As people get older, there are just nagging aches and pains, but just because something's a little bit tight or a little bit stiff that day doesn't mean we need to necessarily completely avoid it. It just means that we need to watch it. People with lower back issues, with neck issues, shoulder issues, especially a torn rotator cuffs, you definitely got to have a coach that pays attention to those things. Or if something happens or you feel something, do they make you finish your set, or do they tell you to stop? And then let's go evaluate it. That's a really big thing. And again, that's all about how involved your coach is. And it's really important. Real quick, Rachel's saying, I feel personally attacked by the sleep study stuff. As you should. No. But I think I've actually told her that story before. And again, I'll find the link for that study, because there are a lot of really interesting studies going on with
The smarts. Now the sweat? Well, that's up to you.
Quick, if you have any questions, please feel free to drop them in the comments below. I do got my feet up as a millennial. Are we taking that station break?
We did.
Oh, we already did. Okay. I didn't know. Okay. So we are back. If you have any comments, please drop them in the comments below. I'd love to answer your questions. We're already getting to the end of the list. I believe we've already gone through 5. And just as a quick recap, we have the goals. Whatever your individual goal is, this is going to be the most important thing towards finding your coach. Number 2, how comfortable are you? Can you hold a conversation with them, not dealing with fitness? Number 3, what's their track record look like? So how many goals have they helped clients hit? How many clients have they helped? Things like that. Number 4 is how involved are they? Are they just keeping track of time, or are they actively involved in making sure that you're doing what you can in terms of nutrition and sleep and stress management and all of these things? By the way, if not having a slice of toast is stressing you out that much in the morning, for example, just eat the toast. Figure it out other ways. Number 5 was how do they handle injury, which is kind of related to involvement, but I wanted to make sure that was a separate plane all by itself. Number 6 is going to be what's their education level in terms of fitness. There is a really bad trend right now, especially on social media, so things like Instagram, where people think that they can just because they work out that they would be an awesome coach in terms of working out. And so people are posting, oh hey, they put fitness coach in their Instagram title and bio, and all of a sudden they're super qualified because they're on Instagram and they post nice little booty pictures all the time and things like that. Make sure you do your research, and again, feel free to talk to these coaches. Talk to their clients to make sure that they actually know what they're talking about. If something seems fishy, it probably is. So when we're talking about your own physical well-being, you definitely need to make sure you're jumping through all the hurdles to make sure that you're in good hands. Make sure that they have some sort of education. I'm not saying they have to have like some bachelor's or master's or PhD in order to train you, but do they have a certification somewhere? Have they had a certification in the past and they just let it expire? Have they been working out for 15 years and helping people unofficially for 10 of those years? Are they good at talking to people? Have they been working for a reputable person? Do they work for an organization that deals with it? All of these things come into play, that experience level and their education. Even for education, I would say their experience level is going to be really important. If you want to give a new coach a shot, if you really like the person and you really think that they have your best interests out and you have seen them work out and they have good form and everything like that, maybe give them a shot. But again, and even as someone who is there, and trust me, if you are a coach watching this that has just gotten into the game and you think I'm telling people not to go to you, that is absolutely not what I'm saying. I'm just saying make sure you know everything that you possibly can inside and out so that they can't question anything about it. You want to make sure that. The thing I want to talk about is the rate. If you have a friend who just is working out and you want to go work out with your friend because they work out all the time, maybe that's a good idea, but also pay attention to how often they have like a nagging injury or something like that, because that's also going to be important. If you have a friend who works out all the time, but they're always injured, kind of a red flag, right? If you're going to be spending some money, it really depends on the area you're living in. So we have certain rates that we look at in the area that I'm at, in Grand Blanc, in Flint, places like that. The online space, it doesn't really matter where you're located as long as you're on the internet. You basically have a rate that you work with, and that can be anywhere up and down. So again, depending on the quality of the coach or how much they're actually going, they're looking pretty solid, cool. If you go out to California, for example, they might charge you $75, $80 for a session as a normal rate, not even a high-end rate. And I know that because I personally know a couple coaches who charge $100 for a 30-minute session, and they're not in California, but their quality of coaching is higher. And again, in most cases, the more you pay, the higher quality coach you're going to get. So sometimes it's better to just throw money at the coach because you know you're going to be in good hands at that case. Let's see. So make sure you're paying attention. Of course, don't throw half of your paycheck a month at a coach. That's not going to be a good idea. I think I've basically covered all of the things that I wanted to. So as a quick recap, things to look for in coaches. By the way, if you think I missed something on this list, feel free to drop it in the comments below and I can talk about it. Number one, goals. What's your goal? Number two, how comfortable are you? Number three, what's their track record? Number four, how involved are they in your actual life or their clients' lives? And again, feel free to talk to the clients. Definitely interview the personal trainer. Don't just go in blind. This is not a blind date. You can't just feel it out and see how it's going to go. You need to know right off the bat, because even in that first session, they might try and make you do something ridiculous or dumb that'll get you hurt. So make sure you talk to them and you have everything lined up, and you know what they expect and they know what you expect. That's going to be really important. What's their education level? How do they handle injury? And the rate at which they are paid. Ain't no questions this week. So in that case, I have a friend who a couple weeks ago was, he sent me a private message, and I'm not going to say his name because I don't know if he would want me to, but he has been absolutely killing it. He's lost over 100 pounds, and he actually had a question about what to do with loose skin after losing all the weight. So unrelated to our topic today, but he has that question. He's really, I believe he's self-conscious about it, as a lot of people are, especially if they have that much weight to lose. He might be closer to 150 pounds right now. But that loose skin, on the subject of loose skin, don't be ashamed of it. Your body makes changes over time to be able to accommodate what's happening to it. Zone. Negative. You can take care of it via surgery, or you can show it as a badge of honor. I can send, if you are that worried about it, shoot me a private message and I will send you 5 different people on Instagram who wear it as a badge of honor that I really think you should follow, especially to help yourself. I have no problem doing that. Do I have loose skin myself? No. So I can't really relate to that feeling, but I know plenty of friends and family, and this friend in particular, who is probably one of my favorite people to talk to when I get to talk to him. I've known him since I was in culinary school. He's a really cool guy. He has nothing to be ashamed of because he did what he had to do to win. And that's the important thing. Yes. Rachel is asking if I could drop the loose skin IG people in the comments. Yes, I can't remember their actual tags. I have them by name, so when I can go on Instagram, I'll do it within like 15 minutes after this video. I will drop them in the comments below. A lot of them are actually pretty cool people too. There's some who've gotten really strong. And actually, in terms of looking for coaching too, just because you have someone who has lost a ton of weight, that doesn't necessarily mean they did it the healthy way. So you want to ask some probing questions to see how they did that. But it is definitely really important for your self-image to make sure that you wear that as a badge of honor. You should be really proud of the progress that you make instead of worrying about how other people look at you. Because the second you worry about other people and what they think, that's when you get a lot more stressed out. If you only worry about what you think on here, on the inside, that's the most important thing. That's what we're worried about. So, if you have any other questions, I have, I believe, 3 minutes left, or I'm told I have 3 minutes left, probably a little less now. Make sure you drop that question in the comments below. Real quick, I will let you know how to get a hold of me, or if you want to see more stuff from me, you can always check me out on this Facebook page, or if you kind of just click the video on your phone and when I popped up, it is at facebook.com/TheDerekNoel. New episodes come at you 8 p.m. every Sunday night. Except for holidays like Easter. You can find me on YouTube on the link that is going to be posted in the post or in the description of this video. I'll get the YouTube link in there. You can find me on Instagram at TheDerekNoel, so Instagram.com/TheDerekNoel or at TheDerekNoel if you're trying to add me. If you have any friends who would like, who you think these videos would help out, please give this video a like, a share, drop a comment in. All of those things help out. If you have any questions, you can always just post them on my wall. You can send them in a private message. I don't care how you get them to me, as long as you get them to me, because if you have that question, chances are other people do. Or if you don't have a chance to watch these things live, I post the audio to all of the episodes wherever you can listen to podcasts. So Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, SoundCloud, whatever. You can find the audio every Tuesday. I try and get that uploaded for you, so it goes every Tuesday morning, so you can listen to it on your morning drive. If there are no questions, I think it's about time to wrap this up. I am Derek Noel from Derek Noel Fitness. Another quick thanks for Grand Blanc Fit Body Bootcamp letting me use their location to shoot, as well as Matt Connerton on IPNM Nation for allowing me this opportunity. Not just Grand Blanc Fit Body Bootcamp, but also Brian Calicay, the owner of Grand Blanc, and Ortonville Fit Body Bootcamp for helping me out with some equipment when I was getting started, and for continuing to allow me to help as many people as I possibly can. This has been episode 7 of Derek Noel Fitness Live. Have a great night, everybody.